So I taught a class this morning before this, and one of my students came up afterward and she commented that she really felt like she had gone on a journey this morning. And I thought, that's awesome. I wish every class that I had was always a journey. And so I thought about what keeps me from going on a journey. And one of the big things that came to mind was need. The idea that I need to be more flexible. I need to be stronger. I need to find more peace. I need, insert your need here. Even if it's, I need to come out of this pose. It's too challenging. We have this constant desire and want that so often is very much a part of who we are. And when we can start to let go of that need, then oftentimes we'll find it even easier to come into right here and right now and not be worrying about the needs that we have in the future, especially when it comes to our practice. Because of course we have needs in our lives. We need to eat, we do need to breathe. But in our practice, we set aside this time for us to let go of these needs. Because we can say, okay, for this hour of time, I'm going to come into my breath. I'm going to let go of all of the needs and responsibilities of my life and allow myself just to be right here, right now. So I would encourage you today to really focus on that letting go of need and allowing yourself to just be with your breath wherever that might take you. So with that in mind, find a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you, either legs crossed, feet out in front of you, sitting on your heels, however you can find a nice long straight spine. Then softly close the eyes and start to check in with your breath, check in with your thoughts. Notice if there are some needs or desires that are coming up, some worries, some responsibilities. Leave that left brain chatter that's going on. Whatever those needs are, inhale them in with a huge inhale. Hold the breath at the top. See how it feels through your body and mind to just have those needs, those desires, those wants. Everything that goes on in our mind is so often reflected in our body. So on an exhale, through the mouth, let it all out. Take another huge inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Notice if there are still some needs, some sentences, some analyzing that's going on, that's trying to grab your attention, that's trying to keep you from being here with this sensation of having a full breath. Then open the mouth, let it all out. Take another huge inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Notice what's still maybe holding on, but notice if it's a little quieter. And then remind yourself that the craziness of your life, the needs of your life, the desires of your life will all be waiting for you at the end of this journey. I promise. So see if on this final exhale you can really just let them all go. Take a deep inhale in through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the nose. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in, reach the crown of the head a little higher, tuck the chin. Keep that length as you exhale, roll the shoulders down and back, relax your knees and hips. Take a deep inhale in, letting your belly spill out, fill up, and then slowly exhaling out, pushing your belly button back towards your spine, keeping that length. Take a long inhale in, long exhale out. Keeping the same even breath, listening to your breath. And throughout our whole journey, I want you to always come back here to these same long inhales and long exhales, no matter where you find yourself. On your next inhale, inhale the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. Release your hands down to your shins. You can change the crossing of your legs if your legs are getting tired. And then inhale, spill the belly out, shine the heart up, roll the shoulders back. And then exhale, send the center of your back far back behind you, pulling against your shins, chin towards your chest. Inhale, rolling forward, roll the shoulders back, shine the heart up. And full exhale, rolling all the way back, pulling against those shins. Let your hips be involved. Inhale, rolling all the way forward. Feeling the breath all the way up and down the spine. Exhale, rolling all the way back. Inhale, rolling forward. Exhale back one more time. Inhale, reach the crown of the head long, sitting up tall. And then exhale, start to bring the knees up into your chest. Roll the shoulders back, find that little balance between your sit bones and your tailbone. See if you can float your feet up off the earth. And release your feet out in front of you. Pull the flesh away from your sit bones. Let your feet be hip distance apart, but let your big toes be slightly closer than your heels. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, reach down towards your toes. Grab onto your ankles, maybe a peace grip around the toes. On an inhale, shine the heart up. Roll the shoulders back. Pull against your legs or toes. Flex the toes back towards you. And then exhale, rounding down. Inhale, shine the heart up, roll the shoulders back, pull your belly button towards your toes, and exhale and round. Inhale, reaching up, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, rounding down. This time as you inhale, roll up one vertebra at a time. Bring the knees back up into your chest, float the toes, roll the shoulders back, take any round out of the spine. Bring your hands under your knees, shins parallel to the earth. Flex and point the toes. Waking up down to the tips of your toes. And then pointing into your toes, release your fingers. Same deep breaths. Bring the hands together. Take an inhale in. Exhale the hands over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Inhale up to center. Exhale, slowly release all the way back down onto the earth. Release the hands down like you're coming into an early Shavasana. Release the whole body. Release especially through the low back. And then bring your heels up toward your sit bones, hip distance apart. Push the heels away from you. Feel each and every vertebra pushing down into the mat. And then engage your core. Keep each vertebra down on the mat, and then start to lift your toes and then heels up into the sky. Flex the toes back towards you, engaging your core. Same deep breaths. Interlace the hands behind your head. Engage the core. Try and lift your shoulder blades up off the earth. Same long inhales, long exhales. And reach your fingers down towards your toes. Start to let your heels come down toward the earth as you lift your torso back up to boat. See if you can float. And then bring your knees into your chest. Roll your feet around, back behind you. Place your elbows down, right underneath your shoulders. Press the whole palm down, push down with the tops of the feet. Roll the shoulders back, pull the elbows back toward your hips. Let your low ribs spill out, release the core. Same deep breaths. Try and get your shoulders away from your ears. And then release all the way down to the earth. You can make a little pillow with your hands. Turn one cheek down. Same deep breaths. Notice if any needs or desires have come up. See if you can let them go on the exhale. And then focus on your diaphragm pushing down into the earth. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread the fingers, elbows in toward your ribs. And then push yourself up for tabletop. Be sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Let your knees be just slightly behind your hips. Take an inhale in, drop the belly, lift the heart, push down with the tops of the feet. And exhale in reverse. Tuck the chin and toward the pelvis, center of your back high up. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, reverse. Inhale, coming back to neutral. Exhale, reach that left heel back behind you. Inhale the right fingertips out. Feel that length through the fingers and through that left heel. Take an inhale in, get everything a little higher. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale it up. Exhale, elbow, knee, press down to the tips of those left fingers. Inhale up. Exhale, release down, but turn those right fingers in. Reach the left hand through. Trying to send your hips toward the left side. Staying here, pushing down with that right hand, or maybe reach the right hand up and back. Same deep breaths. Opening up that right shoulder, take one more inhale in. Exhale, coming back through center, but this time place your forearms down. Interlace your fingers except for the pinky and ring, and then tuck your toes and come into forearm plank. Tuck the pelvis underneath you, reach the crown of the head long. Same deep breaths. Place your knees down. Bring your right hand to that left elbow. Bring your toes together, back behind you, and then tuck your toes, lift your knees, roll onto the outside of that right foot, and reach the left fingers up. Press down with that whole right palm, engaging the obliques. Same deep breaths, long inhales, Long exhales. Slowly coming back through center, place that the left hand down. Place the knees down and come right back up to tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale, reverse. Inhale and reverse. Inhale the spine back to neutral. Exhale, reach that right heel back. Inhale the left fingers out. Long through the spine, spread the fingers on the right hand. On your next inhale, lift everything a little higher. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale it out. Exhale, reach it in. Inhale it out. Exhale, place it down, but turn the left fingers in. Reach through with the right hand. Feeling long through the crown of the head. Try and get that right shoulder away from the right ear. Either pushing down with that left hand or reaching that left hand up and back for the inside of the right thigh. Opening that right shoulder. Deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind, but come to your forearm. So place that left forearm down. And then the right. Interlace the fingers except for the pinky and ring. Tuck the toes. Forearm plank. Same deep breaths. And then either placing those knees down or see if you can keep the toes tucked. Bring that left hand towards your right elbow. Bring your feet together back behind you. Tuck your toes if they're not already. Roll onto the outside of the left toes. Right fingers up. Same deep breaths. Press down with that whole left palm. See if you can get your hips a little higher. Same long inhales. Long exhales. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, bring that right hand down. Tuck your toes. See if you can come up to the left hand. Take an inhale in. Exhale all the way down to the earth. Take the right hand out to the right side. Parallel, lined up with that right shoulder. Bend the left knee. Send that left heel up and over. Really press down with that right palm, so much so that the right forearm is coming up off the earth. Keep that right shoulder active as well as opening, and then maybe reach those left fingers up and back. Deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale, releasing back through center. Right hand under the right shoulder. Left hand out to the left side, pressing down. Bend that right knee. Send that right heel up and over. Same deep breaths. Keep that left palm active, pushing down to the tips of the fingers. Maybe reach that right arm up and back. Huge breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale, coming back through center. Bring your hands underneath your ribs, so a little lower than usual. Engage the low back, start to lift your heart, press down with the tops of your toes. And then see if you can lift your fingers and hands an inch up off the earth. And then start to reach the hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers, palms together. Lift the wrists up off your sit bones. If there's any pinching in the back of your neck, turn your gaze down to the earth. Bring your big toes together. Lift your heels up into the sky. Same deep breaths. One more inhale in. Exhale, releasing down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Send your hips all the way back. Big toes together. Knees wide, child's pose. Few deep breaths. Releasing the low back. Noticing any thoughts that have come up. See if you can let them go on the exhales. And then inhale, coming up to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Pressing down through the tips of your fingers, releasing your heart toward your toes. Put a bend in both of your knees. Get your sit bones a little higher, your heart a little closer towards your knees. Pull your low ribs in, and then release your heels down toward the earth. Inhale, rolling forward to plank. Exhale, floating down just an inch up off the earth. Elbows in. Inhale, through and up, your back bended choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let your feet be hip distance apart. Put your big toes a little closer than your heels. Push out on your heels to slightly internally rotate from your hips. Shake the head yes and no. You can clasp opposite elbows if you would like. Your head is 10% of our body weight. We carry it around all the time, so really use it to your advantage right now to feel each vertebra a little farther away from its neighbor. Then bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, coming halfway up. And exhale, pull against the backs of your legs a little deeper. Inhale, coming halfway up, transfer the weight towards your heels. Exhale, release a little deeper, pull against the backs of the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release a little deeper. Put a little bend in your knees, release the hands. Inhale, rolling up, one vertebra at a time. When you find your way up, bring your hands to heart center. Close the eyes, engage the outsides of the feet to create a little space up through your pelvic floor to tuck your pelvis forward. Reach your sternum up towards your chin, tuck your chin in, roll the shoulders back, feel the crown of the head long. A few deep breaths. Allow your eyes to gently open. Find one spot in front of you at which to gaze. Find that focal point. Start to transfer the weight over towards your right foot. Slowly, with control, with your breath, start to bring those left toes toward that right ankle. Maybe up toward the calf, stopping anywhere along the way. Maybe toward the inside of that right thigh. Or reach all the way around for half lotus. Just finding a nice tree. Send that right hip forward, the left knee back. Find that spot in front of you and breathe into it. Feel long through the spine. And then bring that left knee up towards your chest. And then start to send that left heel back behind you. You can place your fingertips down on the earth if you need to. Otherwise, see if you can keep them at heart center. Notice if that left hip is stacking it all on top of the right, and bring it back down, like you're trying to keep your hips parallel with the floor. Very nice. And go ahead and place your fingertips down, and then keeping that left heel up, start to walk back to downward facing dog, coming into a three-legged dog with that left heel up. Very nice. Inhale in. Exhale, knee to nose. Shoulders out over the fingertips. Inhale that left heel up. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly place the left foot down near the left hand. Be sure that that left heel is right underneath the left knee. So maybe take your stance a little bit wider. You want to be almost the length of your entire mat. Staying up on the ball of the right foot, so that way your hips are paralleling toward the short side of your mat. Maybe sinking a little deeper into that left knee. Very nice. And then see if you can come up to your fingertips. Take the weight out of your hands. Notice if your heel, knee, and hip are lined up on each side. Maybe taking that left foot a little farther out to the left side. Very nice. If you feel stable here, reach your fingertips straight out in front of you. And then place them down on the earth. Take the weight forward and up. And stay here with those fingers on the earth, or maybe start to bring them towards your heart. Same deep breaths, long inhales, long exhales. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, bend into that left knee. Float those right toes all the way back. Be sure that they're nice and wide. When you feel stable here, inhale up, crescent pose. If you're having any trouble with balance, take that left foot a little farther out to the left side. Engage the core. Pull the pelvis under. Reach that left heel back. Pull back on the right heel. Engage left heel. Engage underneath the left thigh. Very nice. See if you can relax your shoulders. Breathe into your triceps. Straighten the arms. Know that that right knee is there for you anytime that you need it. Then bring that left hand down to your thigh. Straighten through that right arm. Reach up and over your ear toward the left side. And then slightly back. Same deep breaths. See if you can reach back through that right heel, reach through those right fingers, and then inhale up, crescent pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh. Remember that that right knee is there if you need it. Just keep taking those same deep breaths. Maybe opening the arms, or bind if it's in your practice. Deep breath, stopping anywhere along the way. Same long inhales and long exhales. One more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Place the right knee down and tuck the toes. Walk the left foot a little farther forward. Bring both hands to the inside of that left foot. Push down with the top of the right foot to sink your hips. Either staying here, maybe coming down one forearm at a time. Maybe letting that left knee fall slightly out to the left side. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Same long inhales and long exhales. And slowly coming up to your hands. Tuck the right toes. Send that left foot all the way back and up. Release that hip. Keep that left heel reaching up into the sky. Start to walk your hands back toward your right toes. Standing splits for just a moment. And then place that left foot down, hip distance apart from the right. Release down, forward fold. Put a little bend in the knees. Inhale, rolling up, one vertebra at a time. Bring your hands to heart center. Resettle. Come back to your breath. Find that focal point. Start to transfer the weight over towards your left foot. Bring the right toes in toward that ankle, the calf, the thigh, just not on the knee. And maybe around to half lotus. Stopping anywhere along the way, listening to your breath. Long inhales, long exhales. Bringing that right knee up toward your chest. Start to send it back behind you, leaning the chest forward. Maybe placing the fingertips down, or if you can, leave them at heart center. Same deep breaths. And everyone place the hands down, get that right heel a little higher, standing splits. And then start to walk the hands out, three-legged dog. Take an inhale in. Exhale, right knee to your nose. Inhale that heel up. Right knee, left elbow. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale that heel up. Exhale, knee to nose. Softly place the right foot down near the right hand. Be sure your stance is nice and long, nearly the length of your entire mat. Notice if your stance is wide enough from side to side, maybe taking that right foot toward the right side. Be sure you're still up on the ball of that left foot, paralleling your feet, lengthening your torso. Sink your hips toward the front of your mat, maybe coming up to your fingertips. Take the weight out of your hands. If you can, inhale those fingertips out. Exhale, place the fingertips down out in front of you. Take the weight forward and up. Warrior 3. Decide to keep your fingertips down or bring them to heart center. Long inhales. Long exhales. Notice if that left hip starts to stack on top of the right. Pull it back down. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, bend into that right knee. Float the left toes all the way back behind you. Come back into your lunge. Check that alignment. And then inhale up. Crescent pose. Engaging the core, pulling the hips forward, reaching that left heel back. Take the arch out of the spine. Relax the shoulders. Engage the arms through to your fingertips. Deep breaths. Right hand to your thigh. Left arm up and over that ear, leaning to the right and back. Deep breaths. Keep trying to reach that left heel back. Try and keep that whole left arm active and straight. Long inhales. Long exhales. Inhale back, crescent pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh. Remember that that left knee's there if you need it. Otherwise, keep reaching it straight. Maybe lengthening the arms out or bind if it's in your practice. Long inhales. Long exhales. Even down into that tight, twisted space that is your diaphragm. See if you can gently force a little extra air down in there. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Place that left knee down. Walk the right toes a little farther forward, both hands to the inside of that right foot. Sink the hips forward, push down with the top of that left foot. Maybe come down one forearm at a time. Maybe releasing that right knee out to the side. Be nice to that hip. Deep breaths. And slowly coming up to your hands. Tuck the left toe, send that right foot slowly back and up. Release that hip. And then keep reaching that right heel up into the sky. Start to walk your hands back toward those left toes. Get that right heel high for just a breath. And then place it down. Forward fold. This time heel toe your feet out to the edges of your mat. Keep the left fingers down. Bend into the left knee. Reach the right fingers up. Same deep breaths. And then the right fingers down, bend into the right knee, left fingers up. And releasing down. Turn your toes out. Send your hips down in between your heels. Bring your elbows to your knees, hands to heart center. Releasing through the hips, maybe rocking lightly from side to side. And then reach the left hand to the outside of the left toes. Reach the right fingers up. And the right hand to the outside of the right toes. Left fingers up. And releasing back through center. Straighten the legs out. Come back into a forward fold. Walk the hands back out. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, elbows way in. Inhale through and up. And exhale back, child's pose. Knees nice and wide, big toes together. And release. A few deep breaths. Notice any thoughts or worries that are come up. Any needs, wants, desires. See if you can let them go. Allow yourself just to be with your breath. As you're ready, inhale coming forward through tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Point the toe, let it fall over to the side, stacking that right hip on top of the left. And then inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place it down in between your hands. Place the left heel down, line that front heel with the back arch. Lead with those left fingers, and come up, warrior two. Paralleling your hips toward the long side of your mat. Maybe taking your stance a little longer, just like we were in our lunge, so you can bend a little deeper into that knee, but that the knee stays right over that ankle. Relax the shoulders, fingertips out and away. Be sure the knees right out over, pointing out to those toes. And then right elbow, right thigh, left arm up and over. Staying right here, tucking that right hip underneath you, reaching that left hip back, or maybe coming down to that right hand, reaching the left hand up. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Maybe reaching back for that bind. Bending a little deeper into that right knee to tuck that right hip a little more. And then inhale all the way back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that front leg, reach long. Exhale, start to reach the fingers out in front of you. Tuck the right hip underneath, left hip back, and down to your Trikonasana. Listening to your body, trying to align each and every joint. Decide if you would like to stay here or bring that left hand to your hip, bend into the right knee, take the weight forward and up, Ardha Chandrasana. It's the same idea, just with a balance. So feel free to stay right back here in triangle pose. Very nice. Wherever you are, start to bring that left hand down. Parallel your hips toward the front of your mat so you can stay up here in warrior three. Or you can come back for pyramid. A few deep breaths wherever you would like to be. And then again, wherever you are, deciding if you'd like to stay here or keep the left fingers down, reach the right fingers up. Parivrita Trikonasana, or the balance with that left foot up, Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Same long inhales and long exhales. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, bend into that right leg. Send that left foot all the way back. Right heel up and back. Release that hip. Perhaps holding that foot up. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale the left heel up, point the toe, let it fall over to the side. And then inhale, straighten that left leg out. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Prepare for warrior two on the other side. Lead with that right hand and come up. Hips toward the long side of your mat. Engage the core, relax the shoulders. This is our last challenging series. Notice what's going on with the body, what's going on with the mind. Where are your thoughts? Where is your breath? Where's your focus? You bend a little deeper into that front knee. You breathe a little deeper down into that diaphragm. And left elbow, left thigh, right arm up and over. moving with your breath with stability. Maybe those left fingers down, right fingers up, or bind. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. It's your practice, it's your breath. Notice any thoughts of needs, if I should be doing this, or why am I not doing this, that have come up, and see if you can let them go. Inhale all the way back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that left leg, reach with those left fingers. Tuck that left hip under and down. Trikonasana. Decide if you'd like to stay here. Bring that right hand to your hip. Take the weight forward and up. Listen to your body. Know that triangle pose is there for you if you'd like to stay there. Listen to your body. Listen to your breath. Wherever you are, you can bring that right hand down, coming into warrior three or pyramid, trying to parallel your hips to the short side of your mat. Take a few deep breaths. And then again, deciding if you'd like to stay here, or keep the right fingers down, reach the left fingers up, in the balance, or in Trikonasana. Same deep breaths. We're almost there. One more inhale in, wherever you are. Exhale, bend into that left leg, right foot all the way back. Send the left foot back and up. Release that hip. And then maybe holding those toes up. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. And exhale back to child's pose. Few deep breaths. Letting your heart rate start to decrease. Letting your body start to relax. Inhale, coming forward to tabletop. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale the right heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place the left knee down and tuck the toes. Walk the right toes toward the left side of your mat. Place the right knee down toward the right side of your mat. If that whole leg is not comfortably down on the earth, you can bring that left knee to the sole of your right foot. Just be sure to keep your shin parallel to the front of your mat. And then start to bring your chest out over your shin. Be sure you're not heading out over your knee. Maybe just coming down to your forearms. Maybe coming all the way down, making fists with your hands to release your forehead down. Start to release and relax. Just focus on those right toes being flexed. And start to let the rest of your body go. Let that left leg release, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your head, your fingers. Them all release. Allow yourself just to breathe. Allow your heart rate to slow down. Slowly come up to your hands. Tuck those left toes all the way back behind you. Gently, carefully send that right foot up. Release that hip. Place it down next to the left. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, bring it forward and through. Place the right knee down and tuck the toes. Walk the left toes over to the right side. Release that left knee down. Pull that right knee up if you need to, so that you can start to make your way over that shin and not over your knee, trying to get close to those left toes. And when you find your pigeon, keep those left toes flexed. Start to let go of the rest of the body through the right leg, the hips, the low back, that space behind your heart, your neck, your jaw, your fingertips. Let gravity do the work. Allow yourself just to breathe, letting go of any needs, wants, desires, thoughts that come up of I should. Breathing deep. Slowly tuck those right toes all the way back behind you, coming up to your hands. Send that left foot up and back. Release that hip. Come into our final downward facing dog. Now if you would like, go ahead and come forward to plank and head down to your back. Otherwise, place your forearms down, place the crown of the head down, start to walk your toes in towards your head, and come into Shirsasana. For those of you that are not coming into Shirsasana, come forward, make your way down to your back. If you are not inverting today, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall out to the side, bring your right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. If you would like to invert today, you can come into shoulder stand, bring your palms down by your hips and your feet up over your head, and come into plow. Get your hands high up on your low back, elbows in toward each other. Slowly let the toes come up toward the sky, tucking your shoulders underneath you, crown of the head long. Trying to get each and every vertebra up off the mat. Be sure all the weight is in your shoulders and elbows and not in your neck. Find a little stillness wherever you are. Supta Baddha Konasana, Shirsasana, shoulder stand, wherever you ended up. A few deep breaths. You've come up for shoulder stand. Slowly find your way back through plow. Balancing your knees on your forehead, rolling down one vertebra at a time. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, you can pull your knees up into your chest. For those of you in Shirsasana, find your way down through Child's Pose. Take a few breaths, allow the body to realign. For those of you that are on your backs, reach the insides of your knees to the outsides of your feet and come into Happy Baby, pulling your knees down toward the outsides of your shoulders. Maybe rocking slightly from side to side. Maybe as you head toward the right side, straighten that right leg out. And then as you head toward the left, straighten the left leg out. For those of you who are in Child's Pose, find your way down to your back as you're ready. And then everyone pull your knees up into your chest. Release your heels down to the earth. Hip distance apart, push your heels down, lift your hips up, and come into bridge. Interlacing your hands underneath you, tucking one shoulder in the other. Or if you'd like, hands under your shoulders and push yourself up for Urdhva Dhanurasana. Same deep breaths. When you've had enough of back bends, come up to the balls of your feet. Roll down one vertebra at a time. Feel each vertebra make contact with the mat. Pull the right knee up into your chest. Straighten the left leg out onto the earth. Hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Release the right hand down. Pull that right knee over the body. Finding those same long inhales and long exhales. Letting go of any tension in the body. Just let gravity do the work. Let your body breathe. You have no needs, nowhere to be, nothing to do. Allow yourself this time. Allow yourself to breathe. And slowly back through center, straightening that right leg out onto the earth. Pull the left knee in. Hold on to the left knee with the right hand. Pull it over the body. Bringing out any last worries, needs, wants, thoughts, desires. No need to continue to hold on to. And slowly coming back through center, extending out into our final Shavasana. Let your toes fall away from each other. Tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. I like to do physical adjustments, so if you're open to that, keep your palms up. If you would rather conserve your energy, turn your palms down. Reach the crown of the head long. Release your jaw, relax your tongue. Feel the weight of all of this work that we've done along our journey. All through the nervous system, feel it heavy. Feel that heaviness spreading to every cell and molecule in your body. Feel your whole weight of this physical self melting down, sinking into the earth underneath you. Allow yourself to let go of need, desires, wants, analyzing, figuring it all out, and allow yourself to be with your breath. Allow yourself to heal. Allow yourself to integrate and find a home for all of this new space. Allow yourself this time. Allow yourself just to be. Slowly find your way back. Invite your breath back in. Listening to your body, decide if you would like to stay here, melting into the earth. Maybe start to activate the body, coming back in, stretching your arms up above you, rocking your head from side to side. And again deciding if you would like to stay right here, melting into the earth, or roll onto one side or the other, and gently find your way back to that same comfortable seated position, allowing your eyes to remain softly shut. Wherever you are, notice if your muscles are sitting a little easier, if your breath is coming a little calmer, if your thoughts seem just a little bit further apart, and just perhaps you've let go of a little of that need. You can allow yourself to be in that space in between. Inhale the arms out and up. Bring the palms and their energy of our whole journey together up above you. Exhale it all down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time, there is no rush. I just want to thank you all for allowing me to guide you. It's always a pleasure and an honor. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. If you make it with us here in person, there's a donation station on your way out. For those of you at home, there's a donation button on your screen. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you are able, or leave whatever you can, so we can continue to bring this service to our community and to the world. It's truly such a joy to be able to guide. So thank you all for giving me your trust. I hope that you will take some of this wonderful work that you've done with you into your day, week, month, and life, and that it is a brilliant one. Namaste. Peace be with you.